And so now we want to actually talk you through the process of setting up your equity incentive plan. So the first point to note is do it properly, okay? It's really important that you actually do this properly from day one. I'll go into the details of how to do that. Secondly, once you're actually setting up, you'll need some things like plan rules, you'll need grant letters, and you'll also need to set up your option pool. So I'll talk through that in a minute. Lastly, as you're setting it up, there are tools and templates that are available to actually make this process really easy. We have templates in a Cake platform that you can use as an early stage founder, but then as you scale, you'll probably want to connect into your attorney as well. So in terms of the process and doing it properly, why is that important? Well, if you're not actually setting this up properly, if you're doing it on Handshake or writing on the back of a beer coaster, your team is not going to value these incentives you're giving them. You're also opening yourselves and your team up to additional tax liabilities. Plus, it's a major turnoff for an investor. If you're not running their cap table properly, including your equity incentives, they're not going to want to invest in you because they're not going to have faith in your ability to actually manage their investment as well. The process of setting up, you'll need plan rules and you'll also need grant letters. Plan rules are the things that are going to set out things like what happens if the employee leaves? Do they keep their options? Do they actually have to give the options back? What happens if we're acquired or we actually go through an M&A or we actually go through an IPO? What happens to the options under those scenarios? So the plan rules will set out all those things, and the grant letter will actually set out the individual offers, like how many options you're giving them over what period of time and at what price, etc. So the plan rules and grant letters you need there. You also need a board approvals to actually set this up, and we have templates available for those as well. So when you're actually setting up the plan, you've got to decide also what percentage of your stock or your shares you're going to allocate to the option pool. And this is the amount that's going to be available for existing employees and future employees to you to allocate ownership to them. Typically, when you start, that's going to be somewhere between 10 and 15%. But over time, that's going to increase quite dramatically. And by the time companies reach $1 billion valuation, on average, they've got around 20% of their total value is allocated to their team. So it's a big chunk of change. That's why you need to make sure you're doing this properly. And so once you've actually going through the process to set these things up, as I said, there's templates that are available in the Cake platform to help you do this. Also, attorneys can be super helpful on this journey as well, particularly as you scale and it gets more complex. If you don't have one, we can connect you into the right partners to help you on that journey as well. So do it properly from the start, set up your grant letters, set up your plan rules, allocate the percentage of shares that you're going to allocate to your team over time, and then make sure you're using the right tools that are available to actually streamline that whole process for you.